All right, people. Road to Natural Pro, episode 27 of 10 million, probably. On the way to the gym, got a pull day today, so that's back, biceps, and rear delts. You guys have definitely already seen this workout a million times in a row if you actually watch these videos, but we're doing it again. I was in the gym the other day at my school's weight room because I'm a strength and conditioning coach there. And, what I tend to do is I put all of the, different team workouts in 4-week blocks. A lot of times they have, 3 different workouts for the week. And then what I do is I put it in 4-week blocks. And I don't change it for 4 weeks. They don't get a new program till the next 4 weeks. And sometimes we test in between the 2 4-week blocks. And this was week 2 of rugby workouts, actually. And one kid came up to me and he was like, what the heck? The workouts are the same as last week. Why is there no variety? And I was like, so the first thing on here is we're going to barbell bench. And do you actually think that if I had you barbell bench last week and then you're not going to barbell bench again for a month, that you're going to consistently get better by barbell benching once a month? And he was like, no. And I was like, well, that's why we do everything in 4-week blocks, because you have to consistently do the same exercises to actually progress on them. If you just do one exercise, like I said, once a month, just randomly, sporadically, you're not going to progress as linearly. It's never really linear, but not as linearly as if you're doing it consistently week after week. Preferably, I would have it even be longer, blocks, more than 4 weeks, because I think it takes longer than that. But I also understand, A, these kids are athletes, a little bit different than bodybuilding. B, because they're athletes, they have seasons, and, if I have them do 8 weeks of a certain program of 3 days a week, then that might be the entire off season, because, if it's between their fall and spring sport and they work out in the weight room in the winter, that might be the entire time or close to it when you count for Thanksgiving break, Christmas break. And they're younger and they don't understand. And part of what I'm learning as well is when they're younger kids, and I think this goes for a lot of people too, but you have to keep people interested as a trainer. So it's a balancing act between that. So I settled on 4 weeks to still progress, but also where it'll switch enough where it keeps it interesting and, they'll be excited for the next program. When it comes to bodybuilding and your whole goal is to just put on as much muscle as possible, I think as long as your program is well designed, you should be doing the same workouts, the same exercises, literally every single time. I've been on this same 5-day split of push-pull, legs, upper, lower for months and months and months. Once my coach gave it to me, we don't change it. We keep going the same. Obviously, you have to tailor it to yourself, and you can't just cookie cutter everyone into different training programs. But you need to do the same exercises for an extended period of times, because that's how you get better and perfect the exercises in terms of form. I'm doing a lot of exercises now that I feel like I'm way better at now than I was, a few weeks ago. I find new things, new positionings, new ways to control tempo that I get better at, and then you progress and you add weight or reps, some type of way to progressively overload, and that's how you build muscle. So switching it up all the time only reverses that process and starts you earlier. So that's a little rant about that. Other big thing, so this is going to the LA Fitness that is 2 minutes away from my house, and so currently I'm looking for another job. I have the job at McQuaid as a strength coach, and I love it, right? Because it's cool. It's at a weird time, I guess you could say, where it's from essentially 2:30 to 4-ish, and as a trainer, that makes it really easy because normally people work out in the morning or later in the night, and this would be a great thing to fill in the middle of my day. But what I'm ultimately interested in, I'm really interested in fitness, obviously, right? But what I'm interested in the most within it is the business side of it. I want to get into, I'm interested in business, and I want fitness to be how do I describe this? The mode of how I get there, if that makes sense. Like, I want to own a fitness business or work in the business of the fitness industry, is what I could say. And part of that is starting my own business, my online coaching business, and I'm really trying to get that going, and I've had a new kind of sense of building that up. I really want to stay more consistent with that and really build that up with more clients and really perfect my skills as a coach. So I think the next step there is also, because obviously my online coaching business isn't enough to sustain me for now or forever, obviously, until I can build it big enough. So I'm going to need to work a job on the side while I'm building that up. And I have the McQuaid job, which is great, but I'm looking for something else because it's not like the McQuaid job is paying me everything I'll ever need. So I think I'm going to, I already did, apply to work at LA Fitness in kind of like a sales position where I'm selling people memberships or personal training programs to the other trainers there and stuff like that, because I think that's perfect for me to start off, learn a little bit more about business, have some sales skills, which is definitely going to be helpful in terms of, really any job I have, but especially if I'm starting my own business, having some type of sales abilities and sales experience is going to be huge for me. So I think that's a perfect job to work on while I build up my own business. And at the end of the day, what I'm getting at is I sent them an email because I saw there was a "we're hiring" sign posted around the gym for that type of position. And so I sent the guy the email that was on the thing, and that was like 2 days ago, and he hasn't gotten back to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go up to the front desk and be like, I sent an email and I'm waiting for it. What do I do? What are the next steps? How can I get this going? So I just got here. I'm going to sit here for probably a minute like I always do before my workout. But then I'm going to go straight to the front desk and ask about that. But I'll see you in there. Peace. right, that was the workout. I guess update on the job thing. I just went up to the front desk, told my name, told them I sent them an email, and they just took my name and number and said they'd pass it on to whoever. So I guess good progress on that, I guess, as much as I can do for now. And then workout was pretty good. Kind of been saying this a little bit. I feel like I'm having good workouts, but I'm not as like energetic and juiced up about them. And I feel like that's just bulking in a nutshell. You're stronger, you have more brute strength, but you're not as like when you're in that surplus, you have like a surplus of energy, and it almost like makes you tired, like to an extent. Food is fuel, but then like after Thanksgiving you eat a bunch of food and it makes you tired. So like that's kind of how I feel, just like lethargic. And but at the same time, it's obviously giving me enough energy to push harder in the gym. Like the weights are going up. But anyway, we'll see where that goes. I thought the posing looked pretty good. I was lucky that there was only one person in there, and I started posing a little bit, and as soon as I did, they left. So then I was able to take my shirt off for a second, and I really like that because then I can really like look at how I look with a pump and kind of, estimate my progress, what's growing, what's working, what's not. That always gets a little tricky, as I've talked about before. But now I'm going to head home and have the classic post-workout meal. I say this literally every time. 240 grams of rice, half a banana, and 6 ounces of chicken. I got to eat that meal, and then I have 3 more meals for the rest of the day. We'll see if I fit my third meal in before I have to go to work. Probably leave around 2:30, and it's 12:45 right now, so hopefully I can get this meal in before 1, and then get my third meal in around 2:15ish. That would be the goal. But yeah, my biggest goal right now, honestly, in this kind of, I call it almost like downtime with the new year coming up, I'm looking for a new job. Really trying to push online coaching. If any of you are watching this and would like to work with me, I feel like online coaching is an uphill battle a little bit because there's so many bad coaches out there that really don't know what they're doing, but they act like they do, and they scam a lot of people. I feel like I have a lot of valuable knowledge and ways to implement it for people, but I'm fighting that uphill battle of, the stigma that it's all just a scam. So I'm trying to build my brand and become a trusted coach. And if anyone would like to work with me, please reach out, preferably DM on Instagram. We can start working together. But I'm really trying to build that up for myself because I feel like that's where I fit. I feel like with my skill set, my ability on social media, my coaching knowledge, and my knowledge about fitness and nutrition, that I could really help some people out. And I really want to work on that. Other than that, I've been trying to stay really, really dead on consistent with posting on social media. Honestly, I get the least, I guess you could say, out of YouTube. But everything is just very, very slowly growing. And I just have to stay confident that if I consistently post multiple times a day, at some point I'm going to gain a consistent amount of traction. And then hopefully that can, spill into my coaching business. But that was the lift. I don't have any other real notes on the lift. The one thing I don't like about that gym is that they don't have great, in my opinion, back machines. Like all of the machines are kind of like to target your lats, and none of them are for like upper back movements. There's one I would potentially use, but it's like the rocket machines, like ROCKIT, where when you like pull on the machine, it also like rocks your seat back, and I hate that because it just like creates unnecessary, unstable momentum. And then I can just like, because it's rocking me back and forth, it gets easier at the top of the movement, and then I can just full stack it for a million reps. And that's not even like an impressive thing. It's just dumb how the machine is built. So I keep using the same machine for that one, like, pronated rowing machine that I keep showing in these videos. And I feel like I really, really, really have to fight to keep, you know, my arms in a good path to target the muscles in my back that I'm actually trying to target. And it's annoying because if it was a better machine, I wouldn't have to worry about that so much. Because it would be on a better path. But it not only does that, but it swings up a lot, so I have to angle my body down rather than, like, have my arm, like, not stay on a solid path. And overall, just really annoying, honestly, that they don't have better machines for that. Even if they just had, a T-bar machine, or T-bar row, like, I would be completely fine with that, and I would be progressing on that. But, you know, you work with what you got. I'm still liking the rear delt row on the Smith machine that I've been showing you guys. It's weird, though. I feel like as I'm going up in weight, it's harder and harder to, like, stick with good form, even though I feel like I'm progressing past the lower weight, and I have to go up in weight. But then my form, I feel like, is breaking down, so that's kind of a constant balance that I just have to figure out the right in between a little bit. But I just got home, and like I said, I gotta eat these meals, and I want to try and get a walk in as well, because I'm trying to get 12,000 steps a day, because the bulk was bulking a little bit too much, so I'm trying to slow that process down and, you know, gain 1 pound or less per week rather than over a pound. But I will see you guys in episode 28. Please hit that like button, comment anything you want to say. You can say this video sucks. I'll take it. But see you in the next one. Happy hunting. Peace.